Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Timscotteswoldfarm. I'll be bringing you that weekly dose of sheep, tractors and timber. What more could you honestly want? Any comments, please leave them below. I hope you enjoy watching. One thing which we seem to have maybe once or twice a year is a sheep getting stuck. They get stuck in these brambles and then they panic. So I'm just going to get him out now gently. This is what you end up having to do. You slowly try and pull these pieces without the sheep taking off. Gentle, come on, gentle, and stabbing yourself in the finger. Come on, steady, don't go back into it. Oh God, what a mess. I'm hooked up in it now. Slightly annoying, so I've managed to get the sheep out, but unfortunately it's taken half the bush with it. So obviously I can't leave it like that, so now I'm going to have to go chase it around the field. I'm going to have to try and grab it and try and pull as many thorns as I can out. As I say, it happens at least once a year. Unfortunately, it's just very annoying. So I can see he's just gone over to where the rest are feeding. So I'm going to go over there, try and grab him, and then gently try and get the rest of them off him. But my fingers are torn to shred at the moment, so see how that goes. 10 minutes later, you can see this sheep just here, finally free. This is what I was just able to get from him. He's got all of this. So I was trying to hang on to this whilst he was trying to run away. So most of these thorns are now in my hands, but that's looking after sheep for you. Got 10 sheep missing, so I'm just going to go to the far side because there's quite a steep bank and just see if they're over there. I didn't know whether they'd be right down in this valley. Fortunately, by the looks of it, they're not. Although at the same time, they don't seem to be in this field. So hunt goes on, try and find the final 10 sheep. So the land goes all the way over to this boundary, and there's both a canal and a stream underneath, and you can actually get through down there. So you can hopefully, you can see how steep it is. But often the sheep will be down there by the grass, so you can just give them a quick whistle and they'll come up. But I'm not entirely sure where they are at the moment. I think I'm going to have to go look in one of the top paddocks. Flip these over. Don't need them for a while. They haven't got holes cut in them like some of the feeders to let the water out. This one obviously has. But look at that. I'll just kick that one over there as well. Right. See if I find the rest of these sheep. Slight update. I was coming up the hill and they were actually at the top. So thankfully found the rest. There they all are. They're keeping the horses company. So there's 8 Section A Welsh mounting ponies here as well. So they compete for food a lot of the time, but obviously from a worm perspective, horses and sheep can't share the same worms. So it's actually very useful having them on the same ground and they won't actually cross-contaminate each other. Come on! Yeah, well your buddy's already tucking in. Come on. See if these sheep have got any gate etiquette. Open this one, or are they just going to run off? Like I think they might. Sweet! Yeah, they're gone. Didn't exactly go to plan, but I'm just going to take them across, down through into the shed, and then they can drop in the field below anyway, so it's not really an issue. Come on! Aha! Success! So that was eventful, but all the sheep are now back where they need to be. They're fed. I'm going to head home. Back at the farm now. So we've got these weight blocks. They're about 45 kgs each. And we're going to clean them all off, paint them, and put them back onto that weight block. Probably paint it in a slightly different colour as well. I'm thinking probably a dark grey rather than a black. But I just have to see how it takes to this sort of stuff, really. Looks like Dad's been having a bit of a tidy up. Got our farm assured. Obviously, did a bit of sweeping. Like I said, I'm going to put a ramp in here so we can service our own defenders and do a DIY ramp service as well. So this afternoon we're just having a bit of a move around. So we're going to put the sprayer in there And then the coon topper that we bought this year for cover crops and things can sit in front of the sprayer for now. But obviously we need to take it over, give it a pressure wash, give it a grease, because there are some cover strips that we're going to need to top in the next couple of weeks, especially one field that I've earmarked to turn into a campsite this year. Sub disc can obviously go up in there, and then we need to bring the combine up in here. The drill can come off the tractor, probably sit there because it's going to be needed for spring drilling when we put the barley in anyway. And then probably the other grain trailer can maybe be pushed into this corner and sort of come out here. But space is at a bit of a premium at the moment. I think we'll probably put the hedge cutter either in this corner or something once we've moved the double top. But in a couple of months, if the Forestry Commission approve our application, then we'll be able to take these bales away and we'll be felling those trees and building a bigger farmyard beyond. Just cleaning Lydia's car off because we sold it. So this weekend it's going back to the dealership. And I thought I'd just see what the snow foam's like on these. Probably won't cut through the grease, but it's worth a go. Had a bit of extra snow foam left over, so I just thought I'd see what it does. Probably not much. Obviously this isn't how I'm going to clean them, but to be fair, he's actually done quite a good job. He's taken a load of the muck off already. Just applying some traffic film remover, get it to eat through as much of this as possible. Right, those are done. Give that about 10 minutes, I think, let the stuff do its work, and then clean it off and then flip them over. And then the next stage after that, we'll clean them all up with a wire brush and hopefully be able to assemble them and paint them as we go. Start this old girl, especially when it's cold. Pull this handle all the way around. And then down in here, can't really see it very well, there's a black button. So you push that in there and then he's ready to start. Right, we're going to use the back of this one to pick up the weight block over there. Cold start this old girl. See what she does. Right. This has to be in the center, neutral, clutch. She's going. Yep. Shed's black and I can taste it in my mouth. You know she's running well. You don't get that with these modern girls. So if people are interested, maybe I'll do a video separately walking around this tractor. You can see she's obviously had a lot of love. It's a bit annoying that this has been snapped off. Hydraulics are obviously for the front loader actually run through here, so you need to make sure that's back. And there's usually a chain under there, that coiled spring. And then that goes around this piece here so that you can use the loader. And then obviously we're in business. Just gonna back up to that weight over there and put him on this tractor so I can move him around the yard a lot easier when I'm cleaning him. But I just realised I left the hose pipe there, so I'm just going to move that. Glad we fitted some extra chunky tyres on her, just because she's running the loader. Just going to move this and then we'll pop him on. So Dad had put this at a slight angle so I couldn't get at it with the tractor. So I just got this piece of wood here. I'm just sort of slowly moving him across. Right, I think that might do. So it's done to the timber. Right, that's better. Give that a go. One thing I would say, the amount of times that I've caught my shin on that thing there doesn't bear thinking about. So we got them just down here. Move him down a bit. That go. So I've got this one in, but obviously because he's on an angle, this isn't quite going to go. So we'll just drop him quickly down and just see if he walks in. So I've got it on. For now, this pin was actually too short, I couldn't get the linch pin through. So I've just put a drawbar pin for now, because roughly speaking, it's actually about the same width. So it's not too far off for now. You obviously wouldn't do it as a matter of habit, but it'll do just to wash it. Right, I've got my weight block loaded, as you can see. So I'm just going to pull it to the pressure washer now. So that didn't go as smoothly as I was hoping, but obviously it's on there at least, so we'll leave it on for the time being. You soon realise when you're on the farm that what should be a 2-3 minute job just turns into a 15-minute job because of some of the issues that arise. So nothing's perfect, but certainly a lesson for life. One for the pressure washer fans out there. So I'm going to do the same as I did on the wafers. I'm just going to put traffic film all over it, let it eat through all that agri grease, blow it off, and then just let it dry. Next stage, obviously getting it in the workshop, clean it all down, take each wafer off, clean those individually, put it back on, paint it, and then we should have a good weight block to use. For anyone that's thinking you're getting so much on these, this is only the first stage. So what I'm doing is just cleaning it down using traffic film remover, getting rid of all the grease and the oil. Then we'll take them in the workshop, and we've got wire brush that goes on our grinder. We'll grind all of these off, make sure all the rust's off, and then we'll paint them in a proper farm colour, and then obviously attach them back on the block. These are all clean now, so I'm going to put them in the workshop for drying. I'm going to put this in as well, just so it can dry off. We've got a big space heater that we're going to use, and then probably tomorrow or the next day I'll start the clean down process. To be honest, it's a bit cold at the moment. I'll probably wait for a slightly warmer day before we paint. One thing we do, just because it's winter and we're worried that the pressure washer will freeze, we just make sure that we empty all the water out. So we turn this hose pipe off and then just run him through. Another little tip we do, we just tie the handle here. So if the water does freeze and it expands, then obviously it's not going to break the pressure washer. Just going to go deliver some haylage to one of our equine clients. She's moved yards, and obviously she just wants a couple to tide her over for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yes, come on, shawty.
All right. Yeah, that better do. Nice old major over there. Right, these are delivered. Just pull forward, put the tailgate up and head home. Pull the gate to, go in for a spot of lunch. So we spent this afternoon talking to our agronomist about whether direct drilling methods would reduce yield. I'd be really interested to know, if there are farmers watching this, what your take is on it. So I think that's about it for today. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Timscotteswoldfarm, and I will see you next week. Take care.